English 3 Gress. Root and etymology. Root. Gress comes from the Latin verb gradi, meaning to step or to go. The past participle form, gressus, means gone or stepped. In English, gress appears as a root in many words, carrying the core meaning of movement, advancement, or stepping in some direction. 1. Progress.
Definition.
To move forward, to advance, or improvement over time. The project is making steady progress. She progressed from beginner to expert quickly. We have seen significant progress this year. He is progressing well in his studies. The company's progress impressed investors. Progress was slow at first. They are progressing towards their goals. My English has shown a lot of progress. We tracked the progress of the experiment. She measured her progress each week. The athlete's progress amazed the coaches. They made progress despite the challenges. The team's progress is remarkable. No progress was made overnight. Progress depends on consistent effort. How much progress have you made? Children progress at different rates. Their progress was hindered by bad weather. She has progressed far beyond her peers. The progress of science benefits everyone. 2. Progression.
Definition.
A gradual movement or development. From one state to another, a sequence. The disease showed a rapid progression. There is a natural progression from basic to advanced. His career progression was impressive. We observed the progression of the storm. The progression of events was unexpected. Mathematics has clear progressions. Her progression in the company was fast. The progression from theory to practice can be challenging. Progressions in music make melodies interesting. They studied the progression of symptoms. The progression of time cannot be stopped. He noticed a progression in his abilities. There are different types of progressions in chess. Their progression through the ranks inspired others. A logical progression is important in writing. The progression of the project pleased the managers. We analyzed the progression of the experiment. Students showed progression throughout the semester. The progression from child to adult is gradual. Her progression was steady and determined. 3. Progressive.
Definition.
Favoring or implementing social reform or new ideas. Moving forward or gradually advancing. She has progressive views on education. The company adopted progressive policies. He is part of a progressive movement. Their ideas are very progressive. Progressive changes improve the system. The school offers progressive teaching methods. He joined a progressive political party. They support progressive reforms in healthcare. The group takes a progressive approach to management. Progressive leaders inspire innovation. Her thinking is progressive for her age. Progressive taxation is debated in government. They believe in a progressive society. The progressive stages of the disease require attention. He is recognized as a progressive thinker. Progressive education emphasizes creativity. The organization encourages progressive change. A progressive attitude helps in business. Their progressive stance attracted young voters. Progressive technology shapes our future. 4. Regress.
Definition.
To move backward. To return to a previous or less advanced state. He regressed after his injury. The patient's condition regressed overnight. Sometimes children regress under stress. The company regressed to old habits. He regresses when he feels anxious. Economic indicators regressed last quarter. She regressed to childhood behaviors. The country cannot afford to regress. If you don't practice, you may regress. Their performance regressed this season. We must not regress in our progress. He regressed in his language skills. The team regressed after the coach left. Her health regressed due to poor diet. The project regressed without proper leadership. They regressed to outdated methods. Regressions can happen in any field. It's normal to regress during tough times. The software regressed after the update. We observed the patient's regression. 5. Regression.
Definition.
The act of returning to a former or less developed state. Regression can occur in therapy. We noticed a regression in his behavior. Statistical regression is used in data analysis. The regression of symptoms worried the doctor. Regression happens in some diseases. There was regression in the company's performance. The child showed regression after the move. Regression is sometimes a temporary phase. They studied regression in economic trends. Regression can be psychological or physical. The report highlighted regression in profits. Regression is not always negative. The regression analysis revealed key patterns. We want to avoid regression in learning. He experienced regression during difficult times. Regression must be addressed quickly. There was clear regression in the results. She overcame her regression with support. Regression can signal underlying problems. Early intervention can prevent regression. 6. Digress.
Definition.
To stray from the main topic in speaking or writing. He tends to digress during meetings. Please do not digress from the subject. She digressed to tell a funny story. The speaker digressed for several minutes. Students often digress in essays. He apologized for digressing. Try not to digress when presenting. The discussion digressed into unrelated topics. She quickly digressed from the agenda. I sometimes digress when nervous. They digressed to discuss sports. The teacher digressed while explaining. He digresses when he is excited. The author digressed in the middle chapters. Let's not digress today. She digressed before returning to the point. The conversation digressed into memories. He digressed for a moment to answer a question. If you digress too much, you lose your audience. Their talk digressed, but remained interesting. 7. Digression.
Definition.
A temporary departure from the main subject in speech or writing. Her digression was entertaining. The essay contained several digressions. He made a digression about his childhood. Digressions can add interest to stories. The teacher's digressions were always funny. A brief digression can refresh the audience. Too many digressions make lectures confusing. He apologized for the digression. The book is full of amusing digressions. The digression did not last long. She enjoyed the digression about travel. Digressions are common in informal writing. The professor's digressions were informative. Let's avoid unnecessary digressions. One digression led to another. Her digressions made the lesson memorable. Digression can be a useful rhetorical tool. The speaker's digression was off topic. He used a digression to explain his point. Their digressions delayed the meeting. 8. Ingress.
Definition.
The act of entering an entrance, or the right to enter. Ingress to the building is restricted. The ingress of water caused damage. Only authorized personnel have ingress. Ingress is monitored by security cameras. The ingress door was locked. She was denied ingress to the club. There is a fee for ingress during events. Ingress routes must remain clear. The ingress of dust affects equipment. They checked for ingress points in the fence. Ingress is allowed at 8 a.m. The ingress process takes a few minutes. We inspected the ingress path. The stadium has multiple points of ingress. Ingress and egress are controlled. He was granted ingress after showing ID. The design allows easy ingress. Ingress was delayed by the crowd. The ingress gate is on the left. They blocked ingress to the area. 9. Egress.
Definition.
The act of leaving or going out an exit. The egress was blocked by debris. Emergency egress is clearly marked. Use the rear door for egress. The building must have 2 means of egress. Egress is restricted during the performance. They ensured safe egress for everyone. She found the nearest egress in case of fire. The egress route was illuminated. Egress from the venue began at midnight. Egress doors should not be locked. He studied the egress layout for safety. The plan includes an egress strategy. Egress is not allowed through the main entrance. They improved the egress for large crowds. Egress points are indicated on the map. Proper egress is a legal requirement. The alarm signaled immediate egress. There was confusion during egress. The event staff directed egress smoothly. The egress gate closed at 10 p.m. 10. Congress.
Definition.
A formal meeting or assembly for discussion a legislative body. Congress passed the new law. She attended a medical congress in Berlin. The Congress met for 3 days. Congress debates important issues. A Congress of scientists discussed climate change. The annual Congress attracts members worldwide. Congress is in session this week. Delegates traveled far for the Congress. The Congress approved the budget. He gave a speech at the Congress. Congress set new regulations. The Congress decided on policy changes. Our Congress meets every year. The Congress Hall was full. Leaders addressed the Congress. The Congress adopted a new charter. They attended the Congress as representatives. Congress voted unanimously. The Congress focused on education reform. She is a member of Congress. 11. Aggressive.
Definition.
Ready or likely to attack or confront, assertive and forceful. His aggressive behavior worried his friends. The company adopted an aggressive strategy. She is aggressive when negotiating. Aggressive drivers cause accidents. He has an aggressive playing style. The disease is aggressive and spreads quickly. They launched an aggressive ad campaign. Aggressive tactics can be risky. She can be aggressive in pursuing her goals. The dog became aggressive suddenly. Their approach to sales is aggressive. He was criticized for being too aggressive. Aggressive expansion led to growth. The treatment is aggressive but effective. She spoke in an aggressive tone.